Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Deborah and I am continuing on with the journal that I was making yesterday with all my stuff. So I have sewn a whole heap of stuff into this thing that I created yesterday, and I've just realised that I've actually left a couple of the signatures out. So I'm going to have to put them in afterwards. I'm going to put those to one side because I thought I'd finished, and what I did after I thought I'd finished is I put some more just plain paper signatures in the front. So I've got like 4 pages there, and also in the back. And of course now I'm going to have to add 2 more signatures in. So she's going to be fairly chunky, but that's okay because I really want to get all this in. Now the reason why I added some more pages in is because I've got a lot of stuff that's kind of freestanding, and I probably have places in here to put that. So I'm going to start to go through and use up some of this stuff. Now I know I had a couple of comments saying please don't throw away your leftovers, rather, you know, sell it or donate it or whatever. And I'll try and use it all actually. That's the plan, is to try and use it up completely. So this is a piece that I did years ago. It's another from one of my home journals that I did. Or no, actually I don't think it is. I think it's about childhood journal that I have, because I've got a little story there about, you know, what I remember in my childhood, and I want to repurpose it and put it into this journal. So we'll just move that out of the way. I need to trim it down though, because it's too big. Oh, it's not too big, but it's actually not very straight either, I don't think. I'm going to have a trouble getting that in to trim it, unfortunately. Maybe what I'll do is oh, it's got a key and everything on it. All right, so I'm going to change my plan. I'm going to cut out this because that's clearly had the corners rounded. And I love this paper that it's on. This is a basic grey paper, which I still remember after all these years. I'm not even sure if they make basic grey anymore. They probably do. I just haven't bought any for so long it isn't funny, but I used to stock it in the shop and I loved it. I used it a lot. So that's one. This was, I guess, before Tim Holtz started putting paper out. Don't recall that I stocked his paper, so I'm assuming that it wasn't there at the time. It wasn't something that was stocked. And this also is basic grey, and it's actually a metal label, this one. And I've just written by Deborah in it. That's very imaginative, but it is what it is. I thought I could cut it out too. It'd be good if I could kind of get that paper off the background without ruining it completely. I think I can if I just pull this down. That's obviously, oh no, I thought it was holding the brads, but the brads aren't showing, so it must be on another piece of paper behind that. I think I can cut this down though. So I've been all morning trying to get these pages into the journal because it was quite fiddly, especially because I've done a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. And because I've done 5 holes, it was extra fiddly. Kind of was regretting that, but the reason I did 5 holes is because I thought that I needed that because the pages are quite long, so I needed the 5 holes to kind of hold everything together. So I had a method. There was a method to my madness. It just meant that it was a lot more fiddly for me. I think that's enough. And then with this photo, I can probably cut this down somewhat, I think. See if I can get it down so it'll fit in this cutter. Again, that's a frame, and I think I had one of these yesterday where I'd done some stamping around the frame. That looks quite pretty. I don't do things like that anymore, but maybe I should think about it because it's actually quite nice. I'm going to use the edge of that frame to cut that, and then go in here and get this circle cut too, just to get it off this backing. I think it'll look better if it's not on the backing, if I just stick it directly into the journal. Find a page to put this in. And I also need to cut it on this side. This is just a picture of my family, my mum and dad and my aunt and uncle. They've all gone now, so it's just the kids are left. And there's a random person, that's a friend there. Okay, now having done that, I'm now going to try and put this into this book. And I was thinking about maybe this page, but the colours don't go very well. So I have to find a different page for it. about this page? I could put it there. That looks quite good. I could still get the little thing in with the greens on it. Yeah, okay, so that's going to be where it goes. So yes, I think because I've now got heaps of pages in here that I'm going to get through a fair bit of this stuff in terms of putting it in, and hopefully you're working along with me if you've got stuff like this. I'm sure that you've all got stuff that you haven't yet put into anything. You've made embellishments and things, or you've got old stuff like this that you don't want to get rid of because, you know, you took the time to do it way back when, maybe when you were scrapbooking like me. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a really puppy look on my face there. Let me see if I can bring that up to the camera for you. That's me there, this one. This one here is me. And I've got this really, I'm not happy, obviously. I've got a pout like you've never seen. I think I might still pout like that occasionally. Probably a bit old to pout now, but sometimes if I don't get my way, I do. So the other thing that happened this morning is that I have a sore knee, and it was really sore yesterday. I couldn't really walk. I was going to go out and I didn't end up going because I couldn't actually walk very far. And my husband went down this morning and he went down and he got me some tape to tape it up. I have problems with that because I seem to be allergic to everything, but he's gotten me some stuff that apparently doesn't have the glue that they use in a lot of the bandaging. And so I could tape up my knee, which I did, but what he brought home, I thought, oh, I could use that in my pages because it's really pretty. It's a really pretty green. Apparently it comes in various colours, and they had blue and some other colours, but he knows that I like green, so he got me the green one. And I might have a bit in the bin here because I had to cut it. See if I can find it just to show you the pretty colour. And it's just a locally made, oh, I don't know if it's locally made or not. I guess it wouldn't be. Not much is made in Australia anymore. Here it is here. Look at that pretty colour. It's really, really bright limey green. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's just got the sticky back on it. So it's almost like a big double-sided tape or a single-sided tape. You put some of that down. The rest of it's up in the kitchen at the moment in the medicine cabinet. Otherwise I might be tempted to actually use that and put some in my journal. So that's okay, isn't it? That's a nice simple page. It doesn't all have to be about pockets and junk and things like that. It can just be a simple thing like that. Now, what else I've got is I need some more pockets, or I need to put some more pockets in, because I've got this one which I can stick together and put in as a pocket. Now let's see what other pockets that has. I think that's just one, because I've got this for a start. That's going to fit in there as a little pocket. Just trying to see what's on the back of this. Whether it's if I put that down there, I don't really want to bring that over, do I? I won't be able to use both those pockets if I do that. Maybe I can put that down there though. Not sure that that's going to work either. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this off, make it into a single pocket. So if I put that there and then just grab my circle punch and do a notch in it. Not sure what I was doing with this. But if I put it there, and then that's a bit too, see how that's same, it's blending in way too much. I need to move it. And then I can put like something like this down, or maybe I can make that into a little side tuck, that one, because the back's not finished very well. I might do that too. Sort of jumping around a bit here, but I don't really know until I pick something up what I want to do with it. I'm going to side tuck this one, and it really pops really well on that page, so that's where it's going to go. And then I can put something in it. Now what I think I'll put in it is this. This is my locked letter that I did I did a tutorial on that in a video ages ago. So I might be able to pop that in there once that dries. Okay, I'll put that to one side because I know I've got a home for that now. And this is a really pretty page too, so I don't really want to cover too much more of it. I may end up doing that though. I still haven't put this down after all that. I'll find another home for that. No, not there. And this, maybe I can put this one here. So again, that's another big piece that I've done, and I haven't actually cut it down. So it could go in here. I just need to cut it down so that it's a good size for here to make a pocket from. So let's start by doing that. Where's my cutter? Here's my cutter. Oh, it's lost amongst everything else that's on the table. Now, see where I did that mark then? Oh, there it is. And then I will flip it around and cut this side of it. I might take a tiny bit more off and see if that's going to go there as a pocket. Yeah, that'll look quite good. Okay, we'll put that one down. Slowly getting through things here. And do I need a notch? Possibly. It just makes it easier putting things in and out of it. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to measure. That looks about right, hopefully. And we'll stick it down. Now I've also put some double-sided tape in between some of the signatures because I ended up not doing all of them at 1/4 inch apart. Some of them I just couldn't get into that 1/4 inch space, so I ended up putting them at 1/2 inch apart, and that left a gap. And so what I wanted to do with that gap was put some double-sided tape down. I'm talking about this one here, and I've got some washi out that I'm going to put in there. Now what can go in here? Maybe something that's fairly thick. Let's see what's thick in here. Got a couple more things. That one can go down on a page rather than be anything else. And that can also, actually might put this in here. See if I can get it in. Yep, so that just opens up. So I've got a little bit of journaling space in there. Nothing on, journaling space on the back rather. So that one can go in there. Let's go to the next page and see if I can put that picture of my mum down here, which I think that would look good just there. And I can still get that out. I didn't have to cover the back of this. I could actually put the whole thing into a side tuck, couldn't I? Do I have a side tuck? I probably will have somewhere in here. I'm sure I've got something that's going to tuck. Okay, let's just think about this. See what else I've got that I can pull out. I did go through all of this morning and moved it around, but clearly I haven't moved it enough because I've still got a big mess here. What about this? Now this has got pockets in it, but if I put that down there, will it be big enough that I can then do a side tuck here? It may well be, although then I'm hiding that pretty photo, aren't I? No, I think I'm just going to do a picture. So I'm going to have that bit with the photo of my mum as a side tuck, if I can get that out again now. Let me just try. Yep. I'm going to have that, and then I think I'm going to do a pocket at the top here too. So glue down, and I know I covered the back of this thinking I would leave this freestanding, but that's okay. I've just changed my mind. I don't have to stick with my original idea. I've never been one for that. If you don't, you know, change your mind on something, that's okay, I think. So I put it down the bottom further so that I can ensure that I can get something into the top of it, and I'm just going to have to let it dry. But I can pick what I want to put in there. I guess I can do that much. Let me see. See how big it is. It's not big enough for that envelope. Oh, I tell you what I found too. Just digressing for a moment. I found a head. I know that sounds terrible, doesn't it? But I found a paper doll head. I knew I had one in my paper doll pack. It doesn't match the one that came off that other thing, which I'll have to find, but I actually found that. So I've set that over here. Hopefully won't lose it. Oh, hang on, that's glue's not dry. Let's just get that back in place. Okay, that's fine now. This will fit in here. No, that might be a little bit too big, but I will find one of those that's going to tuck down in there. Just have to, okay, we'll move on and I'll find that. We'll go back through and I'll find that later. Now on this page, I can still get that closed, that's fine. On this page, I want to put something in. The question is, do I want to cover the bird or not? That's the question, isn't it? That if I can just put something down here like this little pocket that I had before, then that might be the way to go. And I will notch this out as well, so I remember that it's a pocket and I remember to put something in it. Just I've eyeballed that. It's not the correct place. I'm going to change to a bigger one and put it over further. There you go, that's much better. And I've got something to fix the bottom of it because the bottom is actually not straight, but I've got a plan for that. Let me get it down first, just to put some glue. Oh, sorry, I bumped the table and that went a bit blurry. I apologise if that happens. I have a new overhead camera thing and I'm still getting used to it, and I probably need to get some sort of rubber legs or something on it to stop it sort of bumping like that. So it's just a new setup to try and get the camera up higher, and it's done that, but in doing so it's a bit less stable than the old one that I had. Please bear with me as I get used to filming at a different place up high as opposed to the lower one that I had. I think it gives you a lot better shot of the surfaces that I'm working on though. Now what I pulled out before, which is going to look really good on here, is I never use this. I always forget that I've got it. This is the Tim Holtz tape. I could have also taped my leg with this if it was wider. Note to Tim, please make some nice tape out of this some medical tape so I can tape up injuries and things with it. I think that would just be so cool. Whether he'll eventually do that, probably not, but you can always just keep wishing, can't you? Because it's the same stuff almost that I bandaged the leg with this morning. I'm going to put that down there, and this bit here wasn't quite sticky, so I'm going to trim that slightly and push that down. And how cool does that look? I like that. I must remember to use this more. I'm always forgetting. I was going to use that as well, but I haven't got enough of that left, so just see how much of this I've got left. Very little. All right, so what I'm going to do with this, because waste not, want not, find somewhere to put it. Let's just find somewhere that it'll go, so it'll be something. What about up here? I'm just going to stick it up on that top page. Oh, it's gone over on itself because the angle's not great. The only issue with working in a big fat journal like this, I'm still going to stick it down. There you go. It's fine. It's a bit sort of bent there, but I'll embrace that. Now in this one, I think this will fit in here. I tried to use him yesterday. In fact, I think I did use him somewhere, but it didn't, obviously when I was putting these things in, the signatures in, it actually pulled apart, so it didn't actually work. That's too big for in there. I'll have to find something smaller, which I'm sure I will. Now I do have this piece, which also came out of something else, but I think I'll slide that in there because I like the green tones in it. So that's that bit there, and this will still come out, so I can still pull out that photo, flip into the next page, and this one's really not one of my favourites. It also looks like when I've cut this, I haven't cut it up and down, I've cut it across across the paper. It must have got turned accidentally. But that's okay because I can now put something on it and I don't have to feel guilty about doing so. Just chuck something on there to hide all that. Let's see what I've got to put on there. I know what I had before. If I can possibly find this. Let me just put some things around. Here it is. No, that's not it. Gosh, we'll find it in a moment. I've got this. So I can put that in there and that can be a pocket there. And it's just plain on the back, so I'm not ruining anything. And I'm finally getting to use it. It's my other point. Just pop it down. Let's flip it over and put it in here. I like this piece very much, so I'm pleased I can use it. And then in there, I think that's going to fit. Look at that. I did sort through these this morning, but I really obviously didn't sort them very well because now they're all back in a big mess again. I think I started looking through them, that was the problem. Now, will this fit in here? Probably not. No, but you know what? This will fit in here. And I did put something in that yesterday, if you remember. Even better, that's going to fit in there because that's really deep and wide, that pocket, so that's going to fit in there perfectly. Now, I was thinking whether, what's this? That's a little flip thing. All right, so what can go on this page now? Let's see what else we've got. I've got that, and I've got a bit of lace here. Oh, and a bit of other stuff. I don't know why that's there, but let's go back and see where this can go. Maybe that can also go there. What do you think? Yep, okay, thank you. I'll put it on. Thanks for your advice. I know, I'm talking to myself, but you know, if I don't talk to me, who's going to really? You can see that I haven't been out for a while. I mean, we've still got to wear masks. I actually did go to the post office this morning. I had some parcels to post, but we still have to wear masks here in Brisbane until, I think it's until Friday, so not sure. Okay, that's just trying to use every little bit that I've got to use. And why not? Just enhances that little piece there. So let's look what else we've got here. I do have some of these wine labels, and also I thought that I had, here's another journaling thing that I did with the fancy card. Maybe because I've got quite thick there, I should sort of go less than thick here and stick this one down. I might put it up the top because I might actually add something on the bottom piece as well. And I'm trying to embrace the crooked, so I'm going to put it on slightly at an angle, and hopefully that won't bother me too much if I do that. Okay, all right, so that's on there. And also because I don't like this paper very much. I like most of the papers, but some of the reverse sides I don't. So this is one of those that I'm not a fan of. But that's okay, I don't have to like everything. I like a lot, but not that. So then with this, I'm just seeing what else I can do. Now I should get a little clip and clip that so it doesn't come out. So I just have to get a little paper clip, and I do have some. I just have to get up and get one, which I will do shortly. I found the little clips that I was talking about, the tiny paper clips. I'm just going to pop one on here if I can get it to go on, which it should. If I don't want it to go to the back, only through the two pieces. And sometimes because these are fiddly and my fingers aren't the slimmest things in the world, it won't work, but we'll just keep persevering and hopefully I can get that to go in there. Maybe I'll try and pull this bit forward here. It's almost coming. Okay, I'm going to have to bend it. Just have to maybe use these scissors, which is probably not the best thing in the world to use, but you know, needs must. There you go. I've just lifted that up a little bit with my scissors and hopefully not wrecked my scissors. And then if I push that on there, there it is. There you go. Look at that, and it'll hold that down and stop that flapping open. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put down there, but I'm going to keep going. I want to do a few more things as well, of course. Now, this here, they're my postcards. I actually need to bind those into something probably. Yeah, I think I have to bind those in. So we'll find something else that I can make into a pocket. I'm sure I've got lots of things. I just have to find it. Now, what else? Here's a little pocket here. This is very bright. What have I got here? I've got a pocket at the front and a pocket at the back with this one. So with the pocket at the back, this is a little journaling card that I'll put in there. And I think this little rabbit will fit in here. Look at that, it's perfect. And then with the front bit, I've got like these things here. So that's just another little thing that I've trimmed the corners off to make into a little sort of tag shape, and plenty of writing space on the back. That little rabbit's getting a bit lost in there, but maybe what I can do is put this in. So that's one of the little tags I've made in the past. Yeah, I think that's too big. I don't want to hide the thing behind. So I'll have to find something that's a little bit less in terms of that. Now, I think I'm going to change my mind because that's... Oh no, I won't change my mind. I like that there. I thought that might look better, but I actually like this one. I'll have to find something for that front one, but I will stick this in so that I've got it in. One less thing to do. Let's get this in here. And then I'm sure I'll come back to it and find something. Actually, I'm going to put this little... This is one of the little Spanish card things that I've got. That can go in there. So that's looking quite good now. It's a little bit warmer today, I've got to say. Surprisingly, it is a little bit warmer. Amazing. The weather's just, you know, bizarre. Keeps changing all the time. And I'm just going to flick through and see where else I have to, you know, put back things, because some stuff sort of fell out. I found that sticker. I ended up putting it here. I thought that was nice. It was stuck onto something else, but I did manage to find it. I think that one's all done. Yes, got that. That, yeah, that got all done, didn't it? And then that's just a little matchbox thing. I'm sure I had some bits that fell out as I was going through this morning and putting this together. I could put another little piece on that, couldn't I? Now I know how to do it. Let's get another paper clip out. I love these paper clips, but they are super tiny, so you kind of have to work within the bounds of them. Just pull this up like I did before. That seemed to work. Get it started on the bend and push it in here. I think it just adds that little special something when you do that. And let's keep going. Got that. Now that's a page that needs something. Now this fell out. I had that journaling accordion in here. Here it is. I knew some things fell out as I was binding it this morning. That can go back in. And I managed to get this in. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do. Let's just go back because I want to put the washi tape down here. And this will be a challenge in itself, I think, but we'll try it and see how we go. Just pull this off. Get this up if it's going to come up. Okay, now the best thing is not to let that fall back on itself as I'm putting this in. Get this washi tape started, and then I think the best way is just to hold it, and if I could stop that flipping back, I'd be happy. Just grab a clip. Sorry, it's a little bit noisy when I do that, but I need to get that out of the way. I'm going to take the full washi and push it in there, and then run it through like that, and then I will now cut that off at the edges, starting with this one. If I can get that to work. Yep, not the best cut, but let's try and straighten it a bit. And then this piece, which hopefully will be easier. Not really, but there you go. There you are. That's good. Now, because I've put the double-sided tape down, it's going to hold in there. And then go to the next one so we can do the same for this piece here where I can find the centre bit. Let's see. Here it is. I'm going to turn it around so the fat bit of the journal's at the back, and do the same again. Oh, I've got a third piece there. I didn't realise I did 3. I thought I only did 2 of these, but never mind. And that's going to look quite good because it's a similar colour. Let's push it in there on top of that double-sided tape. It's gone a bit wonky on this end. Just lift that up. And I have to cut that off and put another piece down. It's just gone a bit too wonky. I'm not selling this. This is for me, this journal. So I don't mind if I've got a few things like that where it hasn't quite worked the way I expected it to. Sometimes that happens. There you go, got that off. And then this bit here, that's better. And I've got another piece through here somewhere here. You can see how big this has gotten. It's massive. Let's get this off and put another piece down. I'll just use that same washi. I'll keep it consistent. It seems to blend in with most things, this washi. It's just a Tim Holtz washi, which I still seem to have a lot of, even though I use a lot of it. I have finished a couple of rolls recently, but I think that's pretty good. Still some left on there too. Yeah, okay. So that is now done. Let's get rid of this and go back and start flicking through it again to see what else I can tuck into pockets and things that might have come out. I think I've done that, hadn't I? Yes. Yes, now I could have put washi through here, but I'm not going to. I might do that later on. I just don't know that I can get my double-sided tape in there. The gap's not big enough. And I was up to there, wasn't I? Yes. Yes, and then this. Now, I did have something in here, but I wasn't happy with what was in there. And then I was going through all the stuff and put it up the right way. I found this cute little book that I'd made. I forgot I made this. It's adorable. Look, it's got little pages in it. It's even got a tag thing in the back. Isn't that lovely? Well, I like it. So I'm going to pop that in there because I think that is going to be big enough to hold this, and yet it's not going to slip out now because it's quite firm in there with the wine labels, the belly band wine label that I made. Let's keep moving. Like I said, it's a super chunky book. But it's fun. I'm happy with it actually. It's looking better and it's at least using a lot of the stuff that I've done. Now that also is a pocket. What have I got that I can put in there? Maybe this postcard. Maybe that's what I had in there before. I'll have to go back and look at the video again. And I do have something in there. Showed you that yesterday. So let's put that in there. And of course the next thing that I need to do for all this is a cover. Because the black is just the binding to hide the hidden spine, you know. So I do need to actually do a cover. That's in the middle now. That looks good, doesn't it? And then I've got something here, so I will put this into there. Got a little tuck spot. Now I don't have anything on here, so I could put something on here. And I'd have to look at what that might be. So I'll keep going, because if I get rid of some of these things and tuck them in places, at least they'll be off the table. I'll put that one. Actually, I've got something else. Yeah, I'll do this little one in here. That's a map, and I've put some tissue paper over the top. And also this. Now I may end up putting something on top of that, I think. I don't think I'm going to leave that plain because it's just wasting a whole surface in the book. I've got that. Let's see. That's all still in there. Oh, this is also what I put into this signature. So I put this little thing that I had made, little sort of booklet thingy, into this signature. And this is a tuck spot. So whatever's in there has obviously come out. I think it was that thing that I used before, the long, skinny Tim Holtz piece. But I think I can find something else that's going to go in there that's just going to be as good. It's got to be skinny though. If it's not skinny, it won't fit. I've only got that much space across there. That's why I need something that's skinny. let's see, there must be something. Oh, I could put this in. So this has got some little tags in it, and I need to put another thing in. Maybe this little vintage cigarette card can go in there. And then all of that, it's too big, doesn't fit. But you know what? I could stick that down here, couldn't I? Let's see. If I put that down there, I've still got room around that to write. So that's where that's going. I'm on a roll, I think. Let's keep moving. I'll do a little bit more before I sign off. I'd like to get through to the end of the book at least. Put that one down there. And I have to find, I know I've got sort of like wine labels and things that I could put down. I've also got these. Do something with those. That's a long one. See, I used that long one that I had earlier instead of keeping it for where it belonged. All right, I'm gonna have to move on. This is also a belly band, so I need to put something underneath that. Need something that's not, again, not too wide. So I'm gonna have to give that some thought as well, because if I want to use any of these envelopes or anything, they're all too wide. Got my house there, that's not going to fit in there, is it? No, it won't fit in there. I have to find something for that. But I think that that looks quite good the way I've put that in there. Then I've got this piece, that's the one I did with the hard edge on it. And this is what we were doing yesterday. And then I've got a whole set of signature, another signature in here where I can put some stuff down. But I think I'm going to stop there actually, because I need to find the bits that I'm going to progress next. And I really just wanted to show you where that was up to and show you how big it is. So it's going to be a big girl. She's going to be chunky, this one, but nicely so, in a nice way. And I hope you like that. So hopefully you'll join me tomorrow, because I think tomorrow I'll make the cover. So I'm going to work on this afternoon, finish off what I need to do, or as much as I can, to clear up some more of this stuff that's around, and hopefully not throw any of it in the bin so I don't disappoint you all. And tomorrow I'm going to do the cover, so I hope you join me while I make the cover for this big chunky girl. Thanks for watching. This is Deborah. Cheers.